80s and the Pepsi 90s at noon from 1990. There they are. New Kids on the Block, step by step. It's Marino speaking to New Kids. Donnie Wahlberg.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Dude, thanks for taking some time out to talk to us.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys giving us some time.
I think it's safe. I think it's safe to say. I was just gonna say it's been a while, right?
Yeah.
Well, here we are. It's finally here. New Kids on the Block planning this huge reunion tour coming up in the next week or so. You guys are actually going to perform together for the first time in what, 15 years, right?
Yeah.
First live appearance next Friday, the 16th, on the Today Show.
Yep.
How you guys feeling about it?
That's jumping into the deep end.
You guys all pumped?
To shop at a nightclub somewhere and perform for 100 people, you know?
Are you guys...
20 million.
Are you pumped about it, or how is everybody feeling?
It was cool. I mean, we actually put up some concert dates, too, for September. We put them going up for pre-sale, for American Express customers. We put them up on Monday, and those are pretty much already gone. I mean, the reaction's been incredible. And, we're going to probably add about 25 more dates around the country for the fall. And, that's overwhelming news. And, the Today Show, we're so deep in preparation. We're shooting a video where, we're doing recording sessions. We're rehearsing 6 to 8 hours a day. So we're just, everyone's pumped up, I guess. But, myself personally, I'm just too busy to really even think much about it other than just, doing my preparation and getting ready. So I try not to think about the fact that I'm going to be singing after 15 years in front of 20 million people.
It's almost like you never left. You've been rehearsing and you've been producing some music.
Yeah, in some ways. In all the right ways, it actually feels like we never left. I've gone on and had a whole different career, a whole different life for the last 10 years, and didn't think about making music at all during that period. We're right back in the studio. The guys all sound great. I've been writing songs, daily and working with some great songwriters and producers. It almost seems easier this time around, just in terms of knowing what to do, knowing what to not waste time thinking about and worrying about, and just staying focused. So it's actually, it's been seamless. I'm sure it's like riding a bike again. I'm sure there'll be times when it's going to be like riding a mountain bike. It's going to be a little bumpy, but for the most part, it's been pretty fun.
And Donnie, you've been there, you've done it. You've had huge success with New Kids in the late 80s, early 90s. You guys went your separate ways in 1994. And there's been a lot of attempts to reunite you guys. What felt right about it this time?
I think it was because we wanted to do it. I think VH1 did a show a while back, and I wouldn't even. I called them and warned them to not show up asking me any questions about getting back together. MTV tried to do it for the MTV Awards, and different managers and record companies tried, but it was always somebody else's agenda. Everybody wanted to do it for their reasons, and nobody really cared about our reasons. And I think the first time around, the group got so big, it got so crazy, and there was marbles and T-shirts and flippers and dolls and cartoons, that a lot, it's sort of, whenever somebody approached us about it, always felt like the same old thing, okay, here comes somebody else looking to do something to make money for themselves and not thinking about what we want to do or what our fans want us to do. And,
right.
We started recording songs together, just us. I put up the money and started finding the music. Jordan would show up, and then we got Danny and John dragged into it, and the vibe and the energy was good. And when the rumors started coming out and the fans reacted so overwhelmingly, it just kind of made everyone say, yeah, this is the right thing to do. The time is right. We're not old guys yet. We can still dance and sing and perform the way we used to, and the fans really want it. So let's just take a little time and go do it and make it a special thing, and that's what we've been doing.
Marino with Donnie Wahlberg from New Kids on the Block. And dude, do you have a couple minutes?
Absolutely.
I'm going to come right back and chat with you about the reunion coming up and what's next for the New Kids on the Block. We'll also play that new single Summertime coming up as we continue to chat with Donnie Wahlberg next on 97 BHT. Hang on.
Today's featured.
All the hits are on 97 BHT with Marino and Donnie Wahlberg from New Kids on the Block back with us. And Donnie, I got to tell you, we do something cool here every weekday on 97 BHT called the 90s at noon.
Okay.
Every time I get a call from a listener requesting New Kids on the Block, for the 90s at noon. They always have a particular story about you guys. Like, you actually performed in Kingston before you guys were big here in Northeast PA. And they'll talk about that, or they'll talk about how New Kids was their first cassette, and they played it so much they wore it out. You know, they had the New Kids on the Block sleeping bag, and like you mentioned before, they have all the merchandise, like the bed sheets and the curtains. And
well, it's pretty cool. I mean, the fans, you know, they've been incredible. I mean, the way they've been turning up and responding. I mean, our website got 1 million hits the first week that the rumors came out. I mean, I think somehow, somewhere, our group just has a really strong connection with the fans, you know. I mean, I think part of it is, I mean, a lot of people make it big, and a lot of people start with dreams and are very humble. But that was one of our goals is when we first started out is, you know, to always stay down to earth, to stay humble, to stay, you know, connected to the people. And if you can reach out and you know, it takes 2 seconds to smile at somebody or shake somebody's hand and make them feel, you know, like the most important person on the earth. And you know, so many celebrities and athletes and stuff don't take the time to do that. And I mean, I respect people have their own ways of going about things, but for us, I think we always really tried to take the time to make the fans happy, and I think there is a connection. I mean, we were just 5 kids hoping to get our record on the radio one day, and just, you know, that probably would have been the ultimate, you know, for us, and, you know, everything else after that was icing on the cake, and it kind of hasn't changed. I mean, I've made movies for the last 10 years with some of the biggest movie stars and directors in the world, and it's still like, to hear our song on the radio, it's still it's overwhelming, you know, to know that a song that I sat down to write with a friend of mine is on the radio right now. It's just, it's an unbelievable feeling.
of course, we're playing Summertime from the New Kids here on 97 BHT, and we're going to follow that single up with a new album, right, this fall?
Absolutely. The album it's just about done. We got 3 songs left to cut, and we'll probably, you know, just stay open to because we're still writing and doing different stuff, we'll stay open to maybe doing some more. But you know, if things continue to go well, you know, the album may even be out before the fall. It's unofficial that it's going to come out in the fall, and I'd love to see it come out sooner. I think it's going to be a great album. I think people are going to be really surprised, and I'd love for people to have it, you know, a month or so before the concert tour, so they can be familiar with some of the new stuff that we add into the show. You know, with the old hits, you know, we can add in some new stuff, and it'd be great if people could be familiar with that stuff before we step on stage. So we're going to try our hardest to make that happen.
All right, man, looking forward to it. New Kids on the Block doing the reunion. Their first live television appearance coming up next Friday, today's show. Also, keep up with the guys at nkotb.com. Get all the tour dates and the music and everything like that. Donnie, best of luck to you and the rest of the guys, all right?
Hey, you know what? Thank you very much, and you know, and thank you for your time. I mean, this is it's a big thing for everybody to open their arms to us after all this time, and you know, it's not an easy thing to get on a radio station and get an interview, and if it's a big story or not, you know, it still means a lot to us, so you guys take the time to put us out there, so thank you.
Donnie Wahlberg from the reunited New Kids on the Block. The single for 2008 is called Summertime. It's playing now. Donnie, go ahead and take us out, man.
Absolutely. Hey, it's Donnie Wahlberg, and you're listening to my main man Marino on 97 BHT.
Do you remember? Or should I rewind?